Yeah.
It's been a while. I'm rusty on that.
Oh, some of that, boy.
Topher Gale kicking things off for us here on the Music Matter Showcase. Great job, Topher. We got a great lineup, a really fantastic lineup. Topher and Mike Simpson and Laura Suarez and Lara Linnett and Dave Mason. Did I miss anybody? Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. I'm excited. We're going to do some old ones and some new ones. I think I'll start out with the old ones if I grab the right guitar. This is a song reminding me to be calm and breathe. And remember, there's always good things, right? And despite the bad things always draw our attention and demand our attention. And some of that's deliberate, right? Like people acting like little toddlers. Look at me! And that helps. It helps to just remember that there's still beauty in the world. I got a sky full of breeze. I got a forest full of trees. I got everything I need. Maybe I'm in heaven and I just don't know. Maybe I'm in heaven and I just don't see. Maybe I'm in heaven if I breathe. Just before I came here to join in this beautiful virtual song circle, I was out in the woods nearby here with my dog. We were exploring a park and it took a trail I never took before, and it ran down in this unexpected way that I hadn't realized that was even there. I've been in this park a lot of times and tried a lot of the trails, and I thought I'd seen it all, but it took me a new way. There were all these giant boulders dangling over this beautiful river, and it was beautiful. There's a man there in line, and he's tapping his toes, and there's a woman, and he's getting quite impatient. I can tell it from his pose. There's a woman in the same line, whistling a happy tune. So much whistle. Okay, I'm gonna do this again. There's a man there in line, and he's tapping his toes. He's getting quite impatient. I can tell it from his pose. There's a woman in the same lines, whistling a happy song. So much music in her hips, I just wanna sing along. Find out what she knows. What the hell does she know? Maybe later that same day, maybe she loses it somehow. Maybe later that same day, she gets stuck in a traffic jam. She longs to be patient, but somehow she just can't. Not saying you can always be patient, that's impossible, I know. Sometimes it'll escape you like a rabbit down the hole. Then put your lips together, remember that secret song you know. Here's how mine goes. I got a sky that's full of breeze. I got a forest full of trees. I got everything I need. Maybe I'm in heaven and I just don't know. Maybe I'm in heaven and I just don't see. Maybe I'm in heaven if I breathe. I know a man in Afghanistan, he longs to stand where I stand, yet here I stand, I can't seem to see all the beauty around me, all this junk that's in my mind, cluttering up and leaving me blind. How can I leave it all behind? Maybe if I breathe. I got a forest full of trees. I got everything I need.
Awesome. Nice, Joe.
Thank you. Thanks. Hey.
Yeah. Positive.
Is that who I thought it is? It is who I thought it is. Hi, Kevin.
Yeah. Hey, happy Sunday.
Kevin is my best friend. We've been friends since second grade, which, was 5 years ago, obviously, Good to see you, Kevin. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Oh, and Nancy and Brian and Mary. Brian and Mary, are you going to play?
Mary is upstairs giving guitar lessons, so it's just going to be me today.
Okay. Okay, great. Awesome. Well, I hadn't realized you were playing for some reason. That might have been my fault. Or
Well, it just said TBA on the thing. so
okay. Okay. I was just checking.
I'm
to
a
make sure.
TBA. I'm a TBA. You
Okay.
fit me in as you know.
I'm just making sure I'm not slipping here.
No.
Sounds good. Welcome. Awesome. Welcome all. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's great to see everybody here. We got some really awesome lineup, so I'm excited. We got Mr. Dave Mason, one of my absolute favorites of all time. And yeah, take it away, Dave.
Okie dokie. Yeah. So as we were talking, the sun has come out, but the sky still looks very grey here, and I think we got about 45 degrees Fahrenheit here, so it's typical Scottish weather. But the haggises are running around happy, so what can we say? Yeah. See me flying over the water, waving goodbye to solid ground, sleek and graceful like a dancer, ocean bound. Hear the music in my rigging, smell the salt sea on the air, set a bearing for tomorrow, and we'll get there. Sweet lady of Avenel, won't you carry me away? Somewhere on that far horizon, we will find a brand new day. Heading southward out of Castle Bay, in the lee of Battersea, then a starboard tack to freedom, we're on our way. So climb the shrouds up to the yard arm, loose the sails and let 'em fall, pull the sheets and trim the halyards, heave and haul. Avenel, passing islands by the score, a tiny speck upon the ocean, a grain of sand upon the shore. Feel the wind that fills the mainsail, dolphins racing on the bow. Yesterday and all its troubles are far behind us now. The breeze is fresh, we are heeled over, no longer on an even keel. There are no words I know describes just how I feel. Sweet lady of Avenel, we are one upon the sea. Of all the places I'd imagine, this is where I long to be. Majestic seabirds skim the surface, they make me want to scream and sing. They grab my spirit by the heart and pull the strings. And when this awesome day is over, we will find shelter in the bays. We can dream the dreams of pirates and castaways. Sweet lady of Avenel, slumber deeply, slumber still, rocking slowly on the gentle swell, water lapping at your hull. There we go, Sweet Lady of Avenel.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that one, Dave?
That's the name of a sailing ship that I am going to be going on a songwriting course on in May. So I just thought I'd write a song about it because I might just spend my whole time being seasick, so you never know.
You can write a song about that.
Oh yeah.
It sounded.
They say there
am I right in-
are two stages of seasicknesses. The first one you feel like you're dying, and the second one is you wish you were dead.
But it sounded like that was more an optimistic view of sea journeying, sort of more of a. I felt like more of a love for the sea there in that your song.
Yeah. Oh, I love the sea. Yeah, I do. I love the sea. And the boat leaves out of Castle Bay, which I mentioned. So Castle Bay is on the island of Barra in the Outer Hebrides. And if the weather's good, we're going to be able to go out and see some of the islands further west into the Atlantic that people used to croft on. Nobody lives there anymore, but yeah. So it's
Sounds
looking forward to
fantastic.
that.
And I got to say, your guitar playing and singing were just amazing.
My voice is battling after this chest goal, but I'm getting there.
It sounded
sounds
great.
great.
Couldn't tell. Topher Gale.
All right, well, some of you may know a song called Whiskey in the Jar. This is like that, only it has different words, and they were written by it says here, by some unruly middle schoolers with help from Tim Griffin. And here's my version. Tutankhamun was a pharaoh of the land along the river, and when he died, his people drived his stomach and his liver. His lungs and his intestine went into the salt of natron, and then he stored in 4 canopic jars, each with the godly patron. When a pharaoh died, he'd be cut and dried, his body mummified, his organs in a jar. They put a hook into his nose and gently drew his brains out. Be careful where you put 'em or you'll never get the stains out. They dried him out for 60 days. It was a lot of work. He might have been a mighty king, but now he's just a jerky. When a pharaoh died, he'd be cut and dried, his body mummified, his organs in a jar. When he was done with desiccation, they removed the salt he'd been in. They wrapped him up in resin and 100 yards of linen. They laid him in a coffin and sarcophagus to rest in, with jars to hold his lungs and liver, stomach and intestine. When a pharaoh died, he'd be cut and dried, his body mummified, his organs in a jar. So they sealed him in a secret tomb with charms and wards and curses. He laid there through 3,000 years in far too many verses. The pyramids were plundered, but the secret tomb was smarter. We might have never found him if it weren't for Howard Carter. When a pharaoh died, he'd be cut and dried, his body mummified, his organs in a jar. When a pharaoh died, he'd be cut and dried, his body mummified, his organs in a jar.
That was hilarious. That was great. Was that based off of like the Whiskey in the Jar?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Did you what was the last person, like Howard Carter or something?
Howard Carter discovered the tomb of Tut, King Tut.
Ah, I didn't know that. Okay.
So there's all this is true history.
Wow. I don't know how you write these songs.
I didn't write it. This is written by a bunch of middle schoolers with their teacher, Tim Griffin. Tim Griffin has an educational site. I think it's called something like griffineducation.edu or something. I don't know. But he's written a whole bunch of educational songs, some funny, some not, and about math and history and just everything.
And dinosaurs.
Just everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was teaching a special ed class, and the 3rd grade, curriculum had dinosaurs in it. And he had all these songs that, introduced the dinosaurs and their characteristics and stuff. It was great.
Yeah.
Wow. I never even heard of him. I'll have to check him out. Griffin, you said?
Tim Griffin.
Tim Griffin.
Yeah.
Great job, Topher. That was amazing.
Hilarious. The words, but that's normal.
You had me laughing like crazy. Mike Simpson. Don't drink a mummy, Mike. That's my advice to you.
That's right. I don't drink anything that comes out of a canopic jar. It's an old rule of mine. I'm not old enough to have met those pharaohs. 1365 for me. I was born. So. All right.
I thought they popped back up in the museums and stuff like that.
They would have you believe that, but I think that's just a vehicle to put Rachel Weisz on the screen more often.
Mike, I think you need.
I don't think I had that on, do I? Because I was making buzzing noises. So let's turn that on. And then, maybe this will be better this way. Thank you, Topher. Nowadays, rely on the help of others. when true lovers meet in Mayfair. Oh, so legends tell, songbirds sing, winter turns to spring. Every winding street in Mayfair falls beneath the spell. I know such enchantment can be, as it happened one evening to me. That certain night, the night we met, there was magic abroad in the air. There were angels dining at the inn, and the nightingale sang by the square. I may be right, I may be wrong, but I'm perfectly willing to swear that when you turned and smiled at me, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. The moon that lingered over London town, poor puzzled moon, he wore a frown. How could he know we two were so in love? The whole darn world seemed upside down. The streets of town were paved with stars. It was such a romantic affair. As we kissed and said goodnight, the nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. The homeward step was just as light as the tap dancing feet of a stair, and like an echo far away, the nightingale sang Berkeley Square. I know, 'cause I was there that night in Berkeley Square. That night in Berkeley Square.
Yeah. Nice, Mike.
Wonderful.
Did you want to say anything more about that one?
Great song.
It is a great one. I love it.
Steal from the best. Yeah.
Well done. Love all those jazzy chords.
1944.
They had more chords back then.
They had the will to use more chords back then.
I think they
Laura
had all of them.
Suarez. Welcome, Laura. This is your first time on the Music Matters Showcase. Would you mind telling folks a little bit about yourself?
Okay, well, I've been doing this for a very long time. I can tell you how long, because I didn't know my age. But been playing since I was in my teens and new wave bands and so on. And now I'm doing my own thing, and I've been doing my own thing for about almost 20 years. I realized that I didn't have to be in a band to do my own music. It just was more pure and better coming out on acoustic guitar. And so we can find my music on all of the streaming platforms. And or you can go to laurasuarez.com and hear stuff. And my music is getting a little bit more mellower, a little bit more political, although this song is not political. And I just kind of write what I'm feeling and not really focused on being commercial, whatever that is. I guess.
Yeah, it's
so many
it's
years.
nice to be able to just write whatever you want to write and not worry about anything.
Yeah. That's the freedom that you get after doing this for 40 years. I must be a slow learner. I know there's educators in the crowd, but that's okay.
It's all good. It's a journey.
Can you hear my guitar okay?
Yeah, sounding good.
Okay. So this first song is called Dreamer's Melody. There's a coffee house about half hour from my house in Huntington Beach where they have like an open mic, and then or you can do a gig there. But if you do a gig, you've got to bring your own equipment, which I don't want to do that anymore. My back will not tolerate that. Anyway, but it's a great place to hear friends play and it's right near the beach where the waves are crashing against the shore and hearing this great music. And so I wrote a song about it, which is called Dreamer's Melody. There's a gentle breeze blowing through the dawn, while another guitar case opens up once more. When the lights grow soft, you might hear the blues, while the smell of coffee slowly fills the room. Strewn along the shore, from a faded armchair I wait to hear one more. When they call your name and you open up your heart, let your voice be lifted to a place among the stars. Underneath the spotlight, your scars are safe with me, while you share another dreamer's melody. Dreamer's melody. Your voice softens me like waves caress the sand. In a seaside coffee house, I'm inspired again. Trying to find the words to write this song's refrain. In my tattered notebook, there's still an empty page. There's 1,000 starry strewn along the shore, from a faded armchair, I will wait to hear one more. When they call your name and you open up your heart, let your voice be lifted to a place among the stars. Underneath the spotlight, your scars are safe with me, while you share another dreamer's melody. Dreamer's melody. There's a gentle breeze floating through the dark, while another dreamer opens up once more. Opens up once more.
Yeah, nice one.
Thank you.
Did you want to say anything more about that one?
I was messing up on some chords there. Apologies for that one. And
Oh, it's fine.
it's funny when you sing a song 1,000 times, because I wrote this at least about 5-6 years ago, and then your head goes blank sometimes. But
I get that. That's good.
thank you.
Thank you. I also wanted to shout out to the folks listening on YouTube. Eric, EJD, Eric Janowski is giving you guys lots of love, and Nancy Kalal, thank you. And here, Nancy, you and Kevin and Janet, thank you for tuning in and supporting us. And of course, thanks to all the musicians for playing and sharing. All right, Lara, it's been a minute. Good to see you. How you been?
Hi. I've been recovering from bronchitis, but
Oh no.
on the mend.
Good.
So thought I'd
Glad to have you back.
try.
Good to see you.
Thank you, Joseph. Thanks for continuing to do this
Oh, my pleasure. It's a lot of fun.
after the pandemic and carrying on. It's a blessing to
Absolutely.
get to
for-
hear
for
the
me as
music
well.
and go back and watch some of your excuse me, some of your recordings.
Oh, thank
Yay. Yeah, so I'm Lara. I live in El Paso in the windy. We're the second windy city to Chicago, I guess, because it is really windy today. I tend to write really, really simple songs. This one is one I wrote when I was in England a couple of years ago, sitting in my friend Mark Austin's, we call them yards here, backyards, they call them gardens, and they're just, if you've ever been to the UK, the flower parade is just incredible over there. Anyway, this song was partially inspired by the double roses you find over there in England. They're gigantic and they smell like heaven. They're just, anyway, this song is called Some Kind of Way. It's the tickle down to my toes. It's in the fragrance of a blooming double rose. It wells up inside as the blush on my cheek surely shows. The only words I can muster to say, Simply put, you make me feel some kind of way. Yeah, some kind of way. Oh, you make me feel some kind of way. It's the dizzy from too much champagne, the childlike joy running barefoot in the rain. How the shiver up the back of my neck clouds the function of my brain. The only words I can muster to say, simply put, you make me feel some kind of way. Yeah, some kind of way. Whoa, 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 you make me feel some kind of way. Oh, the anticipation, the supreme excitation, it's a glorious sensation loving you. You make me feel some kind of way. Yeah, some kind of way. It's the music swirling round in my head, the glowing golden violet of our sunsets, the warmth that permeates every cell when nothing's left unsaid. The only words I can muster to say, simply put, you make me feel some kind of way. Yeah, some kind of way. Whoa, 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 you make me feel some kind of way. Oh, you make me feel some kind of way. Whoa, 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 you make me feel some kind of way. It's hard to describe some kind of way. Yeah, some kind of way.
Yeah, Lara.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Beautiful.
Appreciate that.
Did you want to say more about that one, Lara?
Well, that phrase had been rolling around in my head for a while, some kind of way. And I was at Mark's house by myself that day because he had to work, so he went off, and I was sitting out in the conservatory watching all the magpies and all the birds in the yard, and I had stepped out to that rose that he had there, and just when I sat back down, the song just kind of crashed into me, and yeah, so that was the spark that lit that song finally.
Beautiful.
Thanks. Thank y'all.
All right, and now we got Brian. How are you doing, Brian?
Good. This is, I forgot what I was going to do. Okay. This is a tune I wrote. I think that you think that you know what I think. I think you think you've got me all figured out. But you might be surprised if you came to realize what's really in my head is not like that at all. I think that you think my thoughts are transcendental, I can assure you they're much more accidental. You may come to find what's really in your mind casts a shadow, boxes flicker on the cavern wall. I'll tell you all the story about my days of wine and glory, the days of nights of rapture, and the endless love, the endless love. I live in a world you may never know. That doesn't mean that I don't love you so. I think that you think my thoughts are judgmental. I can assure you they're much more accidental. You may come to know love that slowly grows stronger than a flicker on the cavern wall. History is written by the victors, and one of these days I'm gonna paint a picture of the man I am, the man I live in a world I may never know. That doesn't mean that I don't love you so.
Wonderful. Was that in standard tuning?
No, it's in a modified dadgad.
Oh, cool.
I call it D9. It's a D major 9 chord. It's very pretty.
Neat. What's the different tuning? D. What's
It's
this?
it's dadgad, but you take this D and you raise it a whole step to E. So you get a 9 sort of in the bass.
That's nice. That's a nice sound to it.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us more about that song?
I don't get to play it very often because there's no harmony on it, and since I generally play with Mary most of the time, we skip this one, so I just wanted an excuse to
Sure,
play.
now you have an excuse to. Very cool. Great song.
Very fine song. I like the Ead-Gad tuning too. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's neat. That's neat. That's something cool.
I love the message of that song because it's sort of like, don't take me too seriously, but yet I care about you. I don't know. It's like that mixed message, but I really like that.
Neat. All right, I think I'm going to do this one because I know I played this a couple times recently, but I like it. Might not make it to the end, but there's a place along the bend where we can just be content. There's a spot along the way. 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 Along the way. Along the way. Might not make it to the top, even when the record drops. But still there is my favorite spot, where I can look out at the good I got. There's a spot along the way. There's a spot along the way. There's a spot along the way. There's a spot along the way, along the way, along the way. Might not realize our dreams, they might not turn out like they seemed. Still there is an open mic where we can be what we really like. There's a spot along the way. There's a spot along the way. There's a spot along the way. There's a spot along the way, along the way. We still have to deal, even when things get real. Paying attention to these feelings that I feel, calmly asking myself what they reveal. 'Cause there's a spot along the way. There's a spot along the way, along the way, along the way. Might not make it to the end, but there's a spot where the river bends. I like to go there time and time again, and just let my mind be content.
That's a great song, Joe.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
I've heard it
Yes.
several times. I like it better each time.
Oh, thank you.
I think I want to go to that place too.
you know that place. It's that place you go to sometimes. You've been there.
That's the one I want to go to.
I was there this morning.
Yeah.
I guess I feel like we could drive ourselves crazy, with all the craziness going on, and we need to sort of take a moment now and then just to
Step
be.
back.
We only got this one life, right? So we got to enjoy that one life.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
Mr. Davies.
yeah, this is a little song about stepping into spring. I know spring takes a long time getting here in Scotland, but I saw my first butterfly last week, so that's always a good sign. And so here's a little song called Stepping into Spring. Take the time to step outside, celebrate the sun. You may find if you decide this is kind of fun. The sky is blue, the grass is green, finally spring has sprung. Winter's through, he's disappeared, there are new songs to be sung. Flowers blooming in between, the smell of hot cross bun. Take the time to step outside, celebrate the day. Open-hearted, starry-eyed, it's the only way. The birds are singing in the trees, a symphony of song, tunes ringing in my ears. scented breeze, days so warm and long. Take the time to step outside, celebrate the soul. Now don't be shy, no need to hide. It's time to take control. Surprise, surprise, the sun is shining warm upon your skin. Butterflies that flutter by like whispers on the wind. This is why I'm feeling high, stepping into spring, stepping into spring. Stepping into spring. Thank you.
Woo! Yeah. I think
Awesome.
we got a theme. I think we got a theme going here with some of this life-affirming music. That was nice. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that one?
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah. You know, I think it was when we started doing all these online things. I was always surprised that people could pull out a song for any time of the year. You know, whether it's winter or summer and I just had a very limited number of songs that I'd written about the seasons. So I wrote that back in 2021 about just stepping into spring.
Yeah. I have to admit we're having a very weird spring here in Maryland. It's kind of not spring, but but it's all good. I guess we make the best of whatever it is. That was nice. Oh man, great song! And your guitar picking is so sharp and crisp. Do you have any tips for your guitar playing that you suggest for people?
You know, I often tell the story. My guitar playing improved exponentially during lockdown. I think it was being with so many other singer-songwriters and artists on Zoom. And being in the comfort of your own house. So I think, you know, often when you go out to a place and you hear somebody play and you chat to them and you say, well, what did you do there? And they tell you, and then by the time you get home and everything's happened, you forget about it. But here you can just basically, once somebody's done something, you can actually, once you're muted, you can practice it, you know, so it's so much more immediate and whatever. But I'm a firm believer in YouTube. Just going onto YouTube and
there's so much good stuff. It's
different
amazing.
picking techniques and stuff like that. And
Have
there's
you
a
ever
guy
heard
called.
the songwriter Rupert Waits?
Oh sure, I met Rupert when I was at Arts thing.
Your music his music and your music remind me a little bit of each other.
Well, that's a great compliment because he's a fantastic guitarist. Yeah.
Yeah, he really is, and you are too. So, Topher Gale.
Well, if spring is when you're 16, and if Chuck Berry wrote a song called Sweet Little 16, and I'm not 16, then this is a song about the fall. Did you follow that? I'm not sure I did. Anyway, it's a dissenting opinion. Well, you're long and lean in your skin-tight jeans, and you know everywhere you go, people looking at you 'cause you want them to, and you're giving them quite a show. You're you're so foxy and young, but then you stick out your tongue 'cause you're out with your family. Every eye in the place is on your pretty little face, and that's when you flirted with me. But you're so fine, a little Valentine. I know you wish that I wish that you were mine. You're catching every eye from Alabama to Yokohama, but I ain't looking at you, I'm looking at your mama. See, she's smart and cute in her business suit, and her hair is perfectly frosted to hide the gray and streaks she got from raising pipsqueaks. She got style, she never lost it. I like to watch her dance, I like to watch her pants. Don't those Stairmaster thighs look amazing? But then you start to pout when you see I ain't about to stop gazing at my generation. But you're so fine, a little Valentine. I know you wish that I wished that you were mine. It seems strange to me 'cause I'm old enough to be your father, but I ain't looking at you, I'm looking at your mother. I don't know what you think you see in an old gray wolf like me, but I got to admit to feeling flattered. My heart starts beating rapid, then you say something vapid, and I realize your brain is rather scattered. Well, even though you're kind and clearly have a mind to give this old dog a bone, I find that I adore your maternal ancestor. Get lost, kid, and leave us alone. You're so fine, a little Valentine. I know you wish that you were mine. I get unpeaceful, queasy feelings from that earring in your tummy. Shucks, I ain't looking at you, I'm looking at your mummy. She got that nice hair, she got that mature figure, she got them gold teeth, and she can hold her liquor. She got experience, she been around the block, she knows what she wants, she got a fat checkbook. But you're so fine, a little Clementine. I can't believe you wished that I wished that you were mine. Why don't you run along home and go crying to your nanny? 'Cause I ain't looking at you, no, I ain't looking at you, I ain't looking at you, but I might be checking out your granny.
Awesome.
An absolute favorite, Topher.
Oh, wow.
You managed to be hilarious while also playing a mean guitar.
Well, thank you for that. And you can, if you are so inspired, you can go to Bandcamp and find that one. Listen to it a few times for free.
Yes, please post links, people, into the chat, and also feel free to put it on the Facebook page and the YouTube page or wherever you like. Topher, did you want to? Well, I guess. What are you going to say about that one?
What are you gonna say about that one? Other than it's all fiction. No little girls ever flirted with me, but you know, and they better not either.
Oh, it's hilarious. Nice job. Mike Simpson.
Oh, thank you. You know,
You got
Topher,
a
I think
different guitar.
huh?
You have a different guitar out, I think. Or is this the same guitar you just
No,
played?
it's the same guitar.
Oh, okay, okay.
The light has turned a little bit. Topher, I think that song is a useful corrective in the era of Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. I'm wobbling now because of that. What you play there? No, I'll go with my original plan.
What are our choices?
um, a very personal, sort of not very personal, generalized personal song. An old favorite from my teenage years, or a comic
How
song.
about the old favorite? I'm kind of curious about that.
You want me to? You want me to do that? Okay,
Sure.
I can do that one, I suppose. Here we go. So one of the very first albums that I purchased with my own money. I no longer, unless I happen to be playing in a red state in the South, I don't tell people how I earned the money to buy the album anymore. But all right, here. We are riding on a railroad, singing someone else's song, forever standing by that crossroad. Take a side step along. We're sailing away on a river to the sea. Maybe you and me can meet again. We are riding on a railroad, singing someone else's song. Sing along. Time to time I tire of the life that I've been leading, town to town and day by day. There's a man up here who claims to have his hands upon the reins. There are chains upon his hands, and he's riding upon a train. On a railroad, sing someone else's song, forever standing by the crossroad. Take a side and step along. We are sailing away on a river to the sea. Maybe you and me can meet again. We are riding, always riding on a railroad, singing someone else's song.
Yeah, Mike. Who's that by, did you say?
James Taylor.
I like that mellow
You
tone.
might have heard of him.
It's great. All right, Laura Suarez.
Hey, so this one is this mood this morning is really nice because it's for me it's the morning and I'm never even up this early. So to be joining you all, I'm just privileged and I'm just excited about that. And I was thinking about the songs that I'm hearing, like from Dave, and such a beautiful song about spring. But hate to put a damper on things, but there are 70,000 people in detention camps right now in the United States. And 73% of them have never committed a crime. Many of them are American citizens. And I'm very concerned about that. And so
Yeah, we all are. It's horrible.
yeah, it's I don't know. It's just amazing that this would happen in my lifetime. My neighbor was telling me he was stopped at the Long Beach airport and hassled by ICE agents. He luckily had his passport, so that sort of saved him. So he's encouraging me as a Chicana to start carrying around my passport, and maybe I should. I just don't know. Anyway, so this song is sort of in that spirit. This is called My Land Too, and it is about those of us that, doesn't make any difference. I mean, I'm a citizen, second generation citizen with Mexican roots. That really shouldn't matter. And, my neighbor next door, whatever culture they are, it shouldn't matter, but suddenly it does for whatever reason. Well, we know the reason. So the song is called My Land Too. This land is all mine. He yelled to the crowd, gonna take the people's house, turn it upside down. This land is all mine. He said, do not fear. In here, one who looks like me is always welcome here. But now the streets are flooding, love is breaking through. Hearts of fearless people taking back the world we knew. From a West Coast sunrise, casting diamonds in the sand. This is my land too. To a Boston lighthouse where a sailor's journey ends. This is my land too. I am not afraid, no, I'm not afraid of you. This is my land too. This land is all mine, he said with a cheer. There are those who rule by love and those who rule by fear. But now the streets are flooding, love is breaking through. Hearts of fearless people taking back the world we knew. From a West Coast sunrise, casting diamonds in the sand.
Beautiful. Nice.
Kind of brings to mind that old Woody Guthrie song, "This land is your land, this land is my land." It's, great job.
It was definitely modeled after that. And I used to be a teacher, so my kids loved singing that song. And I was always proud to sing it. And I was encouraged, my principal said, oh, sing patriotic songs. And I was happy to do that. But nowadays, I don't know if I were back in the classroom, but I want to be singing Your Grand Old Flag. I don't know if
Yeah,
I feel the same.
I have a hard time too because, like, yeah, I teach English as a second language, and like we're following the curriculum of the reading curriculum, and every single unit has a sort of like for every grade level, because I teach every grade level, has like a sort of USA. So I kind of am teaching it, but I kind of focus on like Martin Luther King Jr., people like that, and just to try to be balanced about it, So, yeah.
Hey, it ain't the flag's fault,
It ain't the flag's fault, right? And I don't feel like we should let these people claim it because they're not, they're not following the Constitution. They're not about freedom, and they're not about the good principles that I believe our country's about. So.
Yeah, and I used to work with newcomers too, and when I was young, I would be like, "Oh, you should be so proud to be living in this country."
Right, because everybody's here from everywhere, and and I still talk about that, but yeah, it's tough. It's tough, and I feel like the students are definitely feeling it. So, yeah, tough stuff.
It is.
Good job,
Thank you.
Lara Lynette.
Hello. That was very inspiring. So, I was going to try to do a hopeful springtime song, but now I'm moving on to radicalism and resistance. This is an old Barry McGuire tune that I've pulled up and kind of rewritten the lyric a little bit for the times. You may remember it I remember it from my school years back in the 60s. It's called The Eve of Destruction. Eastern world is exploding, violence flaring, bullets loading. You're old enough to kill, and now you should be voting. You don't believe in war, but what's that gun you're toting? And even the Jordan River has bodies floating. Oh, but you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, oh, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. Don't you understand what I'm trying to say? Can't you feel the fear that I'm feeling today? If lead pushes the button, there's no running away. There'll be no one to save with the world in a grave. Oh, take a look around you, boys. It's bound to scare you straight. Oh, but you tell me over and over and over again, my friends, oh, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. My blood's so mad it's coagulating. I'm standing here in tears just contemplating. You can twist the truth, it knows no regulation, and half of our senators won't pass gun legislation, and marches alone did not bring integration, and human respect is now disintegrating. This whole damn crazy world is just freaking frustrating. Oh, but you tell me over and over and over again, my friends. Oh, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. There's all kinds of bad coming from the red states and in D.C. Pardon criminals are allowed to skate. You may not think a president would want to dictate, but when there's troops in our streets, America's not the same place. And in the world we're a laughing stock with all the lies and disgrace. You can bury your head in sand, but that will not erase the hate for hard-working immigrants. Now, don't forget to say grace. Oh, but you tell me over and over and over again, my friend. You don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. We're on the eve of destruction. We're on the eve of destruction. The eve of destruction. The eve of destruction.
Wow. Great lyrics.
There you
So, No King's March is
March
No King's
28th.
Rally is March 28th. I'm
Get
gonna
out
be
there.
playing there with some friends, and the No King's March 2 was huge, a lot bigger than the one. This one's going to be number 3 here all over the world.
Yeah, I find them enjoyable too, as well as like important.
There's a lot of fun, peaceful protest. No kings in the USA, and I'd like to encourage everybody to step out and just rub elbows with neighbors and friends, like-minded people, and stand up. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even though, like, it kind of like there's all these people who have to kind of decide how much they're going to push back against things, and when they see like a swelling of people hitting the streets, it encourages them to push back. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to change the mind of the people up at the top, but,
the cult members.
there's a lot of people in the middle that to be swayed. Like some of the Democrats were kind of going along with too much, and
Yep.
Great job.
Yeah.
Thank you for announcing that.
Yes.
Because I wanted to announce that too, and it totally slipped my mind. It was interesting because a friend of my next door neighbor at the last march, me and my partner were getting in the car to go, and are you going to go watch? I'm like, watch? What are you watching? I mean, and this guy's wife is an immigrant. It's like, you guys should be in this march too.
Yeah, people aren't mad enough about everything. But we can be mad and still be peacefully protesting.
Yeah, peaceful protest, I think, is the strongest. Honestly.
Yeah. I have a new song out that a lot of people have warned me to not put out, but it went out Friday. I'm going to do the acoustic version here in a minute, called The Devil's Apprentice. So.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right, Brian, how are you doing, buddy? What you got for us for your second song?
Good. Well, I changed my mind about what I was going to play because the tenor of the subject matter has changed. So,
Sure.
this is a Rodgers and Hammerstein song that James Taylor covered a few years back on his album of covers. And he has a very good taste, as it turns out. This was written in 1949, and it was in the musical South Pacific. And it was kind of encapsulated the whole point of that show. You've got to be taught to hate and fear. You've got to be taught from year to year. It's got to be drummed in your dear little ear. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught to be afraid of people whose eyes are oddly made, and people whose skin is a different shade. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught before it's too late, before you are 6 or 7 or 8, to hate all the people your relatives hate. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be carefully taught.
That was great, Brian. Nice.
Oh, I see how this pinned there.
Some of these songs never lose their relevance.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we're back. We're back to World War II mentality, it seems.
Yeah. I always enjoy your music. Great job.
Thank you.
All right, this is going to be the third and final round. We managed to, I thought we were going to have, we managed to get up to 7 performers, so that's a good thing. I think I'm going to do a very old one. And this one is called When I Was Young. And I think it's like about how kids can tap into something that sometimes we forget about as adults. And, you know, we learn things as we get older, but we also need to hang on to things too, because there's some aspects of looking at things freshly that and more naturally and closer to our hearts and emotions, you know, then that's a good thing to hang on to. When I was young, I used to know nothing and know nothing. I knew how to make a friend. I would say, hey, can you play right now? Not later today. But now that I'm older, I've gotten colder. I say, call my secretary. She might pencil you in Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 to 4:30. But I might need to cancel. Need to see your medical records, your FBI records. But when I was young, I used to know nothing and know nothing. I knew how to have me some fun. I would roll down hills, I would spin in circles, I would stare up at the castles in the clouds. But every day I'm getting younger. Every day I'm learning some of this fear. Every day I'm getting dumber. Pretty soon I will be right here, right here. was young, I used to know nothing and knowing nothing. I knew I'd ask a question. I'd ask, why is the sky blue? Why is the color at all? Is it more behind the door than we bargained for? Is there time travel? Not to mention different dimensions. But now that I'm older, I'm afraid to get real deep. I mean, somebody might look funny at me, and if they did, would I fall to pieces if they did? Would I fall apart if they did? Would I fall to pieces, a victim of my own glass eye? But every day I'm getting younger. Every day learning some of this fear. Every day I'm getting dumber. Pretty soon I will be right here. Gonna be right here. When I was young, I used to know nothing and knowing nothing. I knew how to say I love you, came off my tongue, real natural, real easy, no forethought, no hesitation. But now that I'm gotten older, I've been burnt. I got fear of commitment, so I have committed to fear. I put my heart away in the freezer. Maybe I'll thaw it out someday, but if I don't, will my chance be wasted, my life be wasted? Every day we'll try to get younger. Every day gonna unlearn some of this fear. Every day I'm getting dumber. Pretty soon I'll be right here, right here. When I was young, I used to know nothing and knowing nothing. I knew how to look at things as if for the first time.
Yeah.
I don't know if I packed enough ideas into that song. I'll try to get get more in the next one.
Yeah, you should do that. It's a little light, you know.
Exactly. Dave
So you-
Mason. Oh, what was that?
I was just going to say, so you actually can, with time, get younger and dumber. Okay.
You know,
Great.
there's some, you know, we've all met people who are like just like older, but still kind of kid-like. You know, I think that's a great thing. I'm not looking at Topher at all. You know.
Oh man, I'm so busted.
Dave Mason.
Okay, so yeah, again, I've also changed what I was going to sing. Yeah, it's crazy what's happening in the world now, and this is a little song about that. It's a song I wrote a few years back called "How Can a Man." When a man loses all that he owns, when his loved ones are gone, in a storm tossed and blown, when he's old and alone, wishing he could go home, how can a man? When day after day is the same, when it's pouring with rain, his dreams washed down the drain, when there's nothing but pain in a world gone insane. Well, how can a man how can a man face the future? How can a man even try? When everything that he once believed in is nothing but tears in his eyes. Now when a man can be falsely accused, thrown in jail or abused, then forgotten, misused like a bottle of booze or a well-hidden bruise, well, how can a man? And when fate, what lies in the stars, truth looked for in bars, finds him on the cold tar with invisible scars. When sympathy jars, well, how can a man? How can a man be upstanding? How can he ever feel proud when the weight of all his fears on his shoulders leaves him battered and bowed? Now when a man is thrown out, dispossessed, when he's made to feel less than his absolute best, when he's cursed and oppressed with no means to protest, how can a man? How can a man?
Wow. I love that song. I've heard that one before, and that one's one of my favorites. That's a great song.
Yeah, great song, David.
Yeah.
Did you want to say anything more about that, David?
You know, it's an amazing thing. I got that idea because I saw a homeless person when I was living in Cincinnati, and I was reminded when I was a younger lad, I was I used to work in a scuba diving store, and there was a homeless guy that used to hang out near where our shop was, and he used to come into the shop every now and again for some tea or coffee or whatever. He was always pleasant, and a friend of mine said to me, she told me that his story was he had been a school principal.
Wow.
And he was accused of something, some impropriety with some kids, and so it took 2 years for the case to go to court. And by which time the guy's wife had left him, he'd lost his house, the kids had moved out, he'd lost his job. And after 2 years, the court case took another year. During that time, he was found not guilty. And I just thought to myself, how can a man go back to being who he was after an experience like that, you know? It's just, how can a man even face the future? So that was the original the thought behind the song. But we, over the past decade or two, there's been a lot said about immigrants, illegal immigrants, and whatever, and but we're all immigrants, you know. It's kind of and it's, you know, this country, they are on about stop the boats, you know. It just, there's so much time and effort and money gets wasted in
It's ridiculous.
and
Basically,
for a handful of people that cause problems, the rest of the world suffer, you know. It's anyway, so that's the story behind the song.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a powerful song, and again, your singing and guitar playing are just absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, I'll second that. Good stuff. Mighty good stuff.
I thought, oh yeah, I'm having math problems here. Okay, 3 comes after 2. Got it.
So far.
It's just advanced math, you know.
Well, I'm afraid I cannot do anything in this mood. I just don't have that kind of music. But this song has something to do with Cincinnati, so I'm glad that Dave mentioned Cincinnati. Sorry, wrong key. I must offer to you a confession. I like movies that give me a fright. If the subject is horror, I got to see more, or I won't be contented all night. You may call it my ghoulish obsession. It's a subject on which I get chatty. But the worst one, it seems, haunting all of my dreams, was the cockroach that ate Cincinnati. I've seen ghouls and hobgoblins and witches, and some moth-eaten werewolves with fangs. And there were creatures that chattered and others that clattered, and Japanese monsters with fangs. Now, Frankenstein gives me the shakes, and Count Dracula's driving me batty. But they're not on a par with the worst one by far, the cockroach that ate Cincinnati. Oh, he must have needed a seltzer. It's amazing how much he got down. For lunch he'd just chew up a suburb or two, and for dinner he ate the whole town. Willard just sent me out laughing. I thought Ben looked a little bit ratty, but they're not half as bad as the worst scare I've had, the cockroach that ate Cincinnati. Oh, my heart nearly stopped, he would never be topped, the cockroach that ate Cincinnati. Olay!
Oh my God!
It's a song written by Rose and the Arrangement, and I first heard it in about 1974 on the Dr. Demento show.
Was there like a movie where the cockroach ate Cincinnati? Is that
Not that I know of.
just a bad dream,
It's just a song, I think.
or a good dream if you're a cockroach?
Yeah.
Mike Simpson.
Hey there, hi there, ho there. You're as welcome as can be. Oh, let's see. I guess I should probably do at least one original here tonight. So tonight, not tonight. And so I will. Morning is a new chance to make a change. The day is endless opportunity. The spinning earth points us to the goal. eyes see truth, our hands arrange the tools that break us free of all the chains that wrap around our soul. Every beat of our hearts is another hammer stroke on the anvil of our dreams. Every breath in our lungs is another gift of wind that brings us on. Every drop of sweat goes in the waterfall that feeds the river of our power. Every motion is for reaching to the victory until we've won. When we reach out to one another and we speak a gentle word of peace, when others' needs stand first among our hearts, when our actions are those of sisters and brothers, we can finally our sins of wrath release, and our deepest joys at last can make a start. My hand in your hand, and we lift each other till we all stand strong. My heart to your heart, the bright road that carries us along. The morning is a new chance to make a change. Oh, the day is endless opportunity. The spinning earth points us to the goal. Our eyes see truth, our hands arrange the tools that break us free of all the chains that wrap around our soul. My hand to your hand, we lift each other till we all stand strong. My heart to your heart, that is the bright road that carries us along.
Yeah. Wise words. You're right. Well done, Mike Simpson. Did you want to say anything more about that one?
I think it kind of speaks for itself.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Laura Suarez.
Hey, so I have one here about, I wrote this when I was really at my lowest. And I think, thinking back about the song that Dave sang about, what do you do? I mean, when you're at the end of your rope, and I think some people have to like exist in that vibe, and it's, what do you do? And so I think we are lucky as songwriters because we can write about it. And writing for me has always just been a way to deal with my anxiety, with my sadness, with whatever it is. And there's people that are killing other people or doing hateful things. And I believe it's because they have no way to deal with those feelings. And anyway, so that's where the song came from. It's called Where the Guitar Meets the Soul. Where the guitar meets the soul, candle in a lonely sky. Let each star begin to shine. While your story comes alive, where the guitar meets the soul, when the teardrops fill your weary eyes, there's a place to lay your pain. Deep inside a soft refrain, where the guitar meets the soul, let your story make you whole. Let your broken pieces speak, where you share your masterpiece, where the guitar meets the soul. You'll survive the long and lonely night. Let your tears become the song, playing gently in your heart, where the guitar meets the soul. Let your story make you whole. Let your broken pieces speak, while you share your masterpiece. Let your broken pieces speak. Let your broken pieces speak. Where the guitar meets the soul, take your place beneath the morning sun. Lay your hands upon the strings, while you mend your broken wings, where the guitar meets the soul. Let your story make you whole. Let your broken pieces speak, while you share your masterpiece. Let your broken pieces speak, while you share your masterpiece.
Yeah, Laura. I love that one.
Thank you.
That was a great one. Very emotional.
Yeah, that resonates.
Lara Lynch.
There it is. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you how I really feel. No mentioning no names, but this song bugged me for a long time. I've never seen the show that sparked the inspiration, but This is called The Devil's Apprentice. He conned his way into the job with Rush's help in the thievery. Said he'd hire all the best people, only requirement, total blind loyalty. He's fixed it so the court won't care about the depth of illegality. Project 2025 was the plan all along, to choke and kill off our democracy. He's the devil's apprentice. The danger is in the evil. He's the devil's apprentice. And all of the maggots revel. He's the devil's apprentice. Here to out evil the devil. He says I am the only one who can fix things. Believe me, when a snarl comes across that vacant face, we know it's gonna get downright smelly. His rhetoric is built on hate, and it stirred up the racist underbelly. Stand back and stand by was the call, the start of a wave of depraved cruelty. He's the devil's apprentice. Danger is in the evil. He's the devil's apprentice. And all of the maggots revel. He's the devil's apprentice. Here to out evil the devil. Swimming in billionaires' dollars, propped up by cult followers. He's a cheat and a thief, deflecting lies through his teeth. His shtick is also tired. Time to tell him you're fired. Are all of those morality pleas, the ones who won't name a certain pedophile? His Congress pulled the plug on the government. They still got paid, but meanwhile starved the people, dodged the truth. He was there, knew of everything vile done to those girls in his best friend's house. There's no such thing as a valid denial. He's the devil's apprentice. Danger is in the evil. He's the devil's apprentice. And all of the maggots revel. He's the devil's apprentice. Here to out evil the devil. The devil's apprentice. You're fired. And that's really how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Well, as my grandmother used to say, Laura, from your mouth to God's ear.
I just couldn't help myself.
Oh no, it's good.
I didn't make up that song. It came to me.
Yeah.
That's a good
And it just had to be said, so
absolutely.
I said it.
We still got a little bit of free speech left. So. Use it while we still have it.
I told my cousin I'm going to put this song
it.
out, and hopefully I don't get deported.
No.
For various
we can't
reasons,
live in
but,
fear. I mean, they say like I read the book about like resisting fascism, and one of the first things in it is like, don't give in advance. Like this is from like, you know, talking with people who've lived in countries that are fascist and stuff. Like we're at that period now where we still have a chance to resist and still have freedom of speech, and we need to just keep using it and not like be so afraid to speak up.
Well, the thing I put out online is rock and roll. So, same song, power through. Thank y'all. Thanks, Joseph, for hosting this. Thank y'all. It's really nice to see everybody.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, we got the final act.
All right.
Brian, take us out.
Oh, crap. Okay. This, Laura, this one kind of wrote itself too, so I know how you feel. Picture this, if you will. You're 8 years old, and a man in a uniform comes to your school. He's looking for you. The man in the uniform knows your name. Next thing you know, you're on a plane. Never see your friends and your family again. How can we live in a world like that? Saving unborn babies, sending loved ones back, rounding up children like they got no soul, when their only crime is being born in America. They talk about love, they talk about God, but if they ever catch you, they treat you like a dog, and they just don't care, 'cause they got theirs. Have they forgotten that we stole this land? Cut down anybody try to take a stand. Here we go again, stumbling down the trail of tears. Did they forget where we came from? Headstones in the churchyard must have fallen down. It's a miracle that we all survive, but they don't care if you burn alive. Picture this, if you will. You're 8 years old, and a man in a school. He's looking for you. The man in the uniform knows your name. Next thing you know, you're on a train, and you'll never see your mother and your father again. Is that really their intent, to round up little children like fish in a net? Don't they know the Star of Bethlehem shines down on everyone. Don't they know the Star of Bethlehem was made for everyone?
Oh my God, I love that song. That's like one of the
Sounds
best
better
songs
when
I've ever
Mary's
heard.
here.
That's one of the best songs I've ever heard. The lyrics are beautiful. I love the Star of Bethlehem part, and
Yeah,
so
great
sad.
writing.
And so you get us to really picture it, and yeah, that's powerful. What could the guitarist work is really pretty. What guitar tuning are you in on that one?
That's that same tuning. That's that D9. That's it. Just really.
Is it the G string that's down to an E?
Just tuned to Dadgad.
Yeah. And then which
Oh,
strings
you know
are
what? I forgot to mention. It's Dad Fad altered. Dad Fad altered.
D minor
So,
tuning, yeah.
so no, D major. It's F sharp. So the G
Oh, F
goes
sharp,
to, the
D-
G goes to F sharp, and then the D comes up to E. So you only have
the fourth string. The fourth string is the
so you only have a whole step between those two,
E. Nice.
and it just has a really,
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
you know, if you ever get stuck songwriting, just tune to this tuning. Like songs will write themselves. I
know.
swear to you, I'm not kidding you. Songs will write themselves in this tuning. They will. Just start goofing around. They start coming.
That's beautiful. Oh my gosh.
The magic
All right.
chord.
I
Thanks,
guess
Nancy.
we better close up here, guys. This has been so fun. I hope you all sign up for more. You're all incredible. And thank
Thanks
you
for
so
putting
much
it
for
together,
joining
Joseph.
me.
Thank you for doing this, Joseph.
Joseph,
My
Thank you,
pleasure.
thank you.
So much fun. Yeah. And of course, it would not be a music show matter showcase if I didn't put us all in immersive view to say goodbye. Especially because it makes my hair look like an eagle. Take care, y'all. Bye, everybody. Take care.